Hello friends, welcome to the future of industrial automation. A field which was having limited access, I will say, to the world of AI or the LLMs will now see a drastic change when it is coming to drive the PLCs or the automation utilizing AI. So we can say it as AI powered engineering is coming into the picture. So in this particular video, I'm going to talk about how Codesys is going to utilize AI using the AI different tools, okay, to help us in automating or making us more efficient in the PLC development part. Okay, let's see. It's still in the very nascent stage, whether it will be a boon or still it needs some more refinement into going forward. But of course, it's a good start. So let's understand how Codesys has come with the MCP. MCP is what exactly? So MCP is a model context protocol. So as we have in industrial automation, different communication protocol, MCP is a protocol which allow you to connect with different LLMs, okay, and allow it to utilize external tools. So in Codesys, we already were utilizing Python scripts to automate a lot of things. So that's what exactly here MCP Server will be there, which will host all these tools and exposes those tools to utilize by MCP clients. So let's see how exactly this structure or architecture works. So it will have the LLM through which you will process your query. It will be getting requested to MCP client, which is getting connected to the MCP server. It will interact with the different tools and it will provide you the response. So that's exactly how it works. So user query will go to the MCP client. Then from the MCP client into a JSON format, it will go to the MCP server. So in the Codesys also, they have utilized same concept. Okay. So let's go how exactly first we can install the MCP in the Codesys. So you will be having in your system Codesys installer. We will utilize the same. Okay. So we will go to the Codesys installer, select your version in which you want to install. Okay. Go into the browse section and search for MCP. Okay. So once you will see in the bottom there will be the Codesys MCP server development part. Okay. We will install this particular package. This package is actually coming only with the professional ID as of now, okay, which means it is a licensed product. So we need to have the license to use it. So we can still will get the demo version from the Codesys. Let's see how exactly we can activate the license after it get installed. So it get installed. Okay. Now we will go to the Codesys website, Codesys store, to get the license and activate it. So in the Codesys store, you will see you have to find the Codesys professional development demo version. Okay. So why demo? Because if you want to buy, you can buy, but let's start with the demo version. Okay, which is you can get it free of cost for a time of 30 days trial. Okay, in which you can go through it, you can utilize it. So the process remains very basic. You have to go on to the website, add that, and check out. You will see a zero amount. Okay. Once you will get, then it will give you a license code. Okay, I'm not showing you my license code, but yes, you will see a license code once you buy it. Okay, so I'm just checking it out. Yeah, so we get the license code. That license code, again we have to go into the Codesys. Okay, and in the Codesys we have to go and check in the license manager. So if you first see the MCP server installed, if I click on the MCP server, okay, it will say that it is not activated. You will have to activate the license. So we will follow the same procedure of activating license. We will go to the license manager. We will select the workstation because it's for a development, not for the PLC. Okay, so we will not do it in the device. We will do in the workstation, and then we will click next. We will have here the different licenses if you have. Otherwise, click on the activate license. So there are two ways. One is activate license directly with the ticket ID, or if you have the files, you can utilize install license. Okay. So we will put here the ticket ID which we have, and once we put, we will see after clicking next, the license got activated. So once license got activated, okay, we will see whether the MCP server we are able to start or not. There is also one point, if you are utilizing your machine using remote desktop, because this license get installed locally, so it will always work in the local mode. So RDP session cannot work sometime if you have installed it for the local. Okay, so I just restarted the Codesys ID. Okay, and then I will see click on the icon of the MCP server. Okay, enable and disable. So I will just click enable. So if the license is activated, for sure you will see it will get enabled. Okay, otherwise you will keep getting the same message of activate the license, or if you are utilizing remote desktop session, you will see that error also. Okay, so as license is activated, now we are ready to go into the development or utilization mode. So let's see how I have set up LLM and MCP setup what I have. So basically I am hosting everything on locally. So I am utilizing my Raspberry Pi 5 16 GB model with 512 NVMe. Okay, I have Ollama installed, and I have 3 models running on that utilizing Raspberry Pi, which is Phi-3 Qwen models. Okay, I have my own MCP client developed. I am not utilizing anyone else. I have developed my own MCP client to connect with the MCP server of the Codesys. Why? Because I will be free from the tokenization and tokens resource crunch. Okay, because you can utilize still the cloud and everything based on your need, but I'm utilizing here my own one. Okay, so here if you see, this is my IDE for the MCP client or my query of the LLM. Okay, so here I have chat, industrial, and Codesys, 3 different models. Okay, so chat is for normal, general, industrial is for industrial purpose. When I click on the Codesys, it will fetch all the tools from the MCP server. So now you can see that all the tools which are exposed by the MCP servers are here. Okay, so these many tools as of now are getting exposed by the MCP server of the Codesys. Okay, so here I will start with the browse project. So different tools, because that's the basic thing. So we are going here from the beginning part, how exactly we have created the structure of the code. So if you see, we have on the right hand side the Codesys structure is there, which is the project is open. So here once I click on the browse project, it will ask me from where you want to read the data. Okay, so I will say blank, which is from the root, so it will understand everything. How many, basically, so the queries are getting created, we have to feed the response based on that. So 100, so 100 nested loops. Okay, I will say this as false, means I don't want from a specific path. So now you see that this is giving me the exact schema what I have in my Codesys project. Okay, so it is, if you see here in the response, it is giving in the structured manner, the way we have defined in the Codesys. Okay, so this can differ from model to model, because this is my own developed model, so I am utilizing and I can create the structure as I want. But yeah, based on the LLM response, based on the models, it can differ. Okay, so let me show you that it is not pre-configured. So let me change here, add one more program just to test whether it is actually doing it from the server or not. Okay, now I will say here re-execute. So I changed the structure of the PLC program. Okay, and I will say re-execute. It will again ask the same set of questions, because it has these are called payloads. Okay, when I'm sending this, it is going through this format of payloads. So now you see the test program which I added has been added, and it is shown in the response also. So it is actually working in the live fashion, so there's no pre nuances configured. Okay, so let's see from the browse project tree. Now we got all the items, how the project is created. Now let's understand the second tool, which is the structured text content. Basically it will give you the program code. Okay, so when I click on the structure, because I have already done the browse tree, so it has all the paths into the query itself. Okay, so it is showing that which path you want to go with. So now I'm giving that I want to go with the path of PLC program because that's what has the program right now. Okay, so once I did the query, it gives me the response with the exactly the same structure what we have. Just to show a difference, I have also added, if you see in the last, it is showing end program, correct, which is not there in the Codesys, because that's what the structure I have given. Okay, so how exactly it will understand and get the response and then show it in the response part. Okay, so let me change something in the code and then re-execute the same query. Okay, so I will say re-execute, and again it will ask me the same prompt. So I will give which path I have to choose, line number, and then if you see the changed code is getting shown exactly in the response part. Okay, so this is how exactly the MCP server kind works, because server is exposing and it is connected to the PLC IDE. Okay, let me show you another tools which are there. So here right now we are going through the read mode of the tool. So all the things which are in the read mode, that's what first we are going through. So here if you see we have the library. What are the reference library? So when I click on that, here it doesn't have any required any payload. It will directly go and fetch the result and give me these are the libraries which are present. So you can see in the tabular format I am getting the result. Let's see what all the libraries installed on the system of which we can utilize. So when we give that query, it also doesn't need any payload. So it will give me all the libraries which are there in my system. Okay, so all the libraries in the list format it is giving. It is not giving the namespace also, but all the libraries which I have. So these are some of the different tools. Another tool which we can utilize is get the details of the device. Okay, what devices are configured or what is the active app. Okay, so once I click on the active app, it will show me exactly the structure and the app which is active. So device, PLC program, and the application, this is what is active right now. We will go to the device and the config setting. When I click there, it will give me exactly the configuration of the device. So initially, if you see in the project, we are utilizing Windows x64, correct, Windows version. Let me change this to different device. So it will give me the updated one when I re-execute the query. So let me update it to a different device. So let's go with the PFC 200, mostly Wago, which I utilize most of the time, so I'm using that only. Okay, so I just updated it, and now you see it is PFC 200. I will here re-execute the task. Okay, so let me just re-execute it. Okay, once I send, then I will get the updated one. Okay, so any changes which we are doing, you can keep running it in the background. It will keep giving you all the updates which you can track, which you can utilize to automate other things also. Let's see some different tools. Okay, so let me what we can do is, let me create a folder. So till now we were in the read mode. Let's go into the write mode also. Okay, so there create folder, then we have create, update the task. So these are the some of the tools all are exposed. So we will go in a very basic one. So let's create the folder. Okay, which path you want to create the folder. So I have all the paths mentioned here. I will choose the path which I want to create the folder. So here I will just give the path. It will ask give me the folder name. So you see it is going as per that. I gave the folder name, and you can see here that a folder is created into the particular path. So it is doing a lot of things, but how much we can utilize it, how we can utilize all these things in a very streamlined manner, that is something which we will see later. But in this particular video, I'm showing exactly what tools are there, how those tools can be utilized. You can change as you want. So let me add the program into the task. Okay, so here when I click on that tool, I get a created a query. Okay, now it is asking, I gave the path, that this particular path I have to utilize to add the task. Now which particular thing I have to add? Okay, I will give that this is the path of the program which I need to add into the main task, and if you see, it has added. Okay, so you see, these are the things now we can be able to do, but this we were doing earlier also, correct? What's the change? The change is that now you are utilizing the LLM models or the AI models to do all this activity which we used to do using Python script earlier. Okay, so let me just give you another flavor, that if I add any more devices or any IO, okay, there are also the details which you can get and which you can utilize it to basically automate a lot of things during your development phase. Okay, so let me add a new field first device. Okay, so I will go with Ethernet IP. Okay, so let's add first the Ethernet adapter, means the Ethernet part. So I will add that, and then let's add the Ethernet IP scanner. Okay, so let me add it. Perfect. So I will add the Codesys one, and yeah, let's close it and let's see. So I have changed the program, correct? Now once the program is changed, let's see how exactly it will help, or this tool will give you the details of that particular changes. Okay, so this is done. I will go back to the tool and then yeah, get device info. So you see, it is giving you all the details of that particular IP, the configuration, so all the details you will get. So this is how exactly we can utilize as of now the MCP server of the Codesys. Okay, and it can help you in a lot of ways to automate or to play with large language models. Okay, to understand how exactly we can do. But as of now, this is again coming with the professional license management part of the Codesys, so it will be charged, but yeah, you can play with it with for the 30 days trial. There are MCP servers available in the as a free tool for Codesys, which also we can utilize. And if you want to learn how we can make the MCP server of your own, which can be totally your own model or your server, let me know in the comment so I can show you how exactly we can make our own MCP server also. Thank you. That's all in this particular video. Thanks for watching. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.